Good evening, everybody. This is maybe a bit of a blast of the past. It's been a couple years for me, but I'm streaming live from the Netherlands. I'm joined here by my lovable co-caster, Admirable. Please, how have you been?
You haven't called me in 4 years, comedian?
Dude, it's
Well,
been years, man. It's been years.
uh, this is awkward, man. It's like, I bumped into you in the street, and it's like, hey, what's up, comedian?
We don't talk what
Remember?
happens in Vegas, man. We don't talk about what happens in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, man.
Dude, the retirement home is empty today. They've just wheeled all the old fogies out because it's a sunny day outside. And it's not just the players I'm talking about. We got some ancient casters here, and myself and comedian, and then just a server full of legends. Right now I see it filling up, but just to pepper you with a few names here, I see Hawks, Cookie, F2, Zebasai, Bite, Kiedis. Is he still a legend? I suppose you can still be an active legend, right?
I think you can be an active legend. The,
NBC and Zappos. Big Zappos there. We got some professional Overwatch players coming back to TF2.
Yeah, they were like, this TF2 game, it's not what I play anymore, but for the good cause, for the special effects, we're gonna raise some money. That's what they said. That's why they came back. It's the only reason, really.
Comedian, I caught a little bit of the stream yesterday, just when it was sort of starting out after the delays. Oh my God, the delays! Flagellate yourselves, production team. Me and comedian showed up and started on time. What's your problem, Hugs.tf? But I took a quick glimpse at it there before we went live, and I see we're getting close to the £15,000 sterling mark. And I think essentially, comedian, we can just swoop in here and take all the glory. Does that sound good to you, my friend?
I'm gonna take credit for every single penny that comes in. Every single penny. This entire thing wouldn't have been worth it without us doing the ending here. I mean, truly.
Is this the end? Is this the end?
As far as I know, this is the looking at the sky. This is about it.
Dear Lord, I didn't realize we had such a great weight on our shoulders, comedian. But like, I mean, we've already done a great job. Whenever we started this segment, we were at £0, and now we're at 14,000. So going by that rate, I think we should have a few million towards the end.
I think those numbers are
Accurate?
exactly in order, 100% accurate. The way there's anything with that.
A comedian, I gotta warn you, man. Going to dredge up some ancient TF2 history here. Bite is in the server. Are you going to be able to control yourself? Is there a bit of bad blood there? A bit of history between you and Bite?
I'll make sure to smack talk him every single possibility I have. But you know what? If he's gonna make good plays, if he puts down those stickies, if he controls the area, I'm gonna give it credit for doing a good job. So I'm gonna give a shit if he deserves it, but only if he deserves it.
Oh wow, the server continues to fill up, and the more people that join, the more controversial it gets, man. Greg of Infused fame has joined, and he gave up esports altogether, man. He went off to become a player at Sky Sports, and I mean a player in the kind of proverbial sense. He's not playing football or anything, but he works for Sky Sports in actual sports production, not esports. That was the last I heard of him anyway. But one of his former teammates here, a real villain, Boomy, joining the server. Boo,
Ooh,
boo, nice
man.
guy, Boomy, boo.
This is just a nostalgia trip, man. It's crazy just how to see all these again. It's really fun.
Comedian, he's not hacking. He doesn't wall hack. He just had the 2D radar, man. He's a nice guy, really.
He just had some extra information. Really, it wasn't that. It's really false news to predict anything, to say anything else. Oh God, the camera switched.
Oh wow. I don't even know if we should like go over and dredge up TF2 history here and sully this man's reputation once again, because I'm sure there's a lot of people here who don't even know what we're talking about, man. But we are looking like we have 12 players in the server. There's Tex McColt joining. That is none other than Dr. Leon, of Fackle Brigade fame. I think he played for Broder at a time too, you know, to give him his fair dues. But
Yeah. I mean, Fackle Brigade is what I mostly remember him from, but you know, I'm getting old. This has been many years, you know, so my memory isn't the greatest anymore, you know.
my lasting memory of Dr. Leon, there was a time, comedian, when I played Soldier, and my whole game experience was just going and trading with Dr. Leon again and again on the flank. That was every game against Fackle Brigade. So we're equally bad or equally awesome, I forget. But we also have Bibbin sneaking in here. Now that is an old school name. Also played for Bruder at one point, I believe, in his comeback, but you know, really made his name in the Dignitas era. Right now we are on Badlands. I believe it's going to be a best of 3, comedian.
It should be a good best of 3, and you know what? I have been doing my research. You know, I was like, okay, I haven't TF2 in a while. Let me go in. Let me find out how the game is played. Back in my day, it was vanilla weapons only. Now all unlocks are allowed and everything, and it made me feel really good when basically none of them are being used. I was like, oh yeah, guys, this is the TF2 I know.
So you're happy that they're allowed, but breathing a sigh
that they're
of
not
relief
being used.
that nobody's actually using them. Have we gone live here? Did I just
we have gone live.
Live? Oh my god.
Like, the blue team has gotten on the point. We'll be doing a bit of value push. Looks like the red team Bite is doing pretty good. He's on the medic again. Forgot about his switch to medic in the last couple of years of his career. The demo map. And Kadia saw demos.
I made the rookie mistake of alt-tabbing to open up Twitch chat, man, because I wanted to see the memes. I needed to see the memes, and I missed the first mid-fight, but it looks like our blue team here got wiped. And they don't seem to have names other than red or blue, but I'm happy to roll with that. But
red or blue works fine for me, right?
Being led forward by Kadis, Saber gets popped off. Bite and Kadis, that classic combo pushing in top left. As the scouts try and take a fight on the right, but get shut down by Zebo and Cookie. We're going to see F2 dive for the point. Does he realise that the cap time has been reduced or increased since he last played? But anyway, the red team eventually going to force that one home and make it a quick 1-0.
I was looking at that point and I was like, wait, why is it not capped yet? I was like, oh shit. Things been changed, man. I thought Badlands was the one map to never change, but it seems even that has gone through some differences in the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, Valve just randomly threw out some changes, and whenever they rolled out their matchmaking, they decided that Badlands last capped too fast, so they extended it. I don't know if it's for the better or not, but we're off on to mid-fight number 2 here, and Bibbin is already first to fall to the scattergun of Greg. He's still got it, man. Shaking off the rust in no time. Zebo's going to join him in the spawn queue, and again, our blue team struggling to maintain a presence here amid. They may have overextended. F2 goes forward, but gets
the
juggled
medic
into
got
the
caught
wall.
out. Oh, it seems like that's just been again a complete clear on the midpoint there. Just have the one scout respawning right now. They got taken on the mid. He's gonna flank from the side. He's gonna go on the medic. He shoots him down, but doesn't make the kill.
Dr. Leon and Bite working their way in right side. Sticky's already set up there on the left from Zappis. Zappis
Looks like
playing
they're gonna
Demon's
go
a bit of
for
an odd
main
one, but
Well, they are gonna go with a main push, going in with the Uber. Seems to be not connecting too amazingly, so they're holding off for now. But they managed to take down Hugs and Zappis. Subzai is gonna get taken on, and oh, those pipes are gonna clean everything up. It's gonna be 2 for the red team.
just 4 players standing around watching them cap the point. No problem. We're still trying to blow the cobwebs off these legends. We're dusting them off. We've just taken them out of the museum here. And now I feel that the blue team are going to be coming up big on this next bid. But Zappis whips the roll out. It doesn't matter though, his team are in Valley, so he can afford to be a little slow as they work their way through the shithouse.
They managed to get the first frag off. Actually are getting in a pretty good dominating position. They cleared a scout off the point as well. And it looks like I figured out the name for the teams. Apparently the blue team is Blue Team Zebasai and the red team is Team Bite. So it looks like Team Bite actually after that 2-0 quick 2 rounds is going to be pushed back. They're gonna have to fight for spark control right here.
a bit of a narrative there as well, you know. Zebasai, a former pupil of Bites and TCM, probably went on to teach the master a few things. Cadis is going to get gunned down there at Trash. They are going to contest though. The Force comes out in fact. Big Greg and MVC actually laying their lives down there to get that pop out, but nobody's capping the Spire here, so slightly inefficient play here. Zebasai's getting separated from F2, but F2 always calm and collected. Doesn't choke under pressure. He's just going to step outside and regroup with his team here, Comedian.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be interesting because this is going to be the first time where the defending team has the Uber advantage. And I wonder what Team Zebo is going to be doing to try and force it, or at least hold off the Spire defense. Looks like the scouts are going to go out, see if they can gain any information, while the balcony is going to get recapped by Team Bite.
Bite's half health there, taking a lot of damage as Medic. He has his charge up though, that is going to try and poke here on that right bulk. Just they've gone back to last year. They bottled it.
They were like, this is too risky. This is too risky. And you know, I think that's the right call when your medic's already on half health. Just a little bit too risky to try and force it, and also the Uber charge is up for F2, so it's gonna be a good Uber versus Uber fight.
I think there's maybe a little bit of disagreement as to what the plan was. Cadis stayed forward and got a pick. Meanwhile, Bite and fallen back with the rest of the team. Like, Cadis was very exposed there, but didn't matter anyway. Dr. Leon actually ends up going down. And
MVC with the headshot on Zebo. I was already looking if anyone was off-classing there, and yeah, we had a good off-class. Gress is also going aggressively and takes down Zappas.
This is beautiful. They find themselves 3 frags here. That's half the blue team in the spawn queue right now as they move forward on the Spire. Hawks is just going to spam rockets from distance there.
Oh, the demo going in on the medic F2. Let's see if he can take it down. Just managed to survive, but the Uber does get forced from Team Zebo. They're going to go aggressively forward, but take down Boomy actually before the Uber gets popped on him. That's a bit of a misplay by Bite. Control point is also being contested right there.
We're going to see the contest here from Leon, but he's all alone. There's no heals there either.
Getting a nice shot out there.
Leon's getting fragged, but they take their eyes off the flanks for a second, and Greg comes in to assassinate F2. Classic Greg plays. Cadis holding forward here is going to find Zebo as he comes through that shutter door. But there's a scout on the flank, but great protection there from Meatshot NVC to just protect Cadis' blind side. And they're going to push ahead here. It's just NVC and Cadis doing work. They've got Hawks cornered. He's going to catch the pipe. Just explodes into Gibbs there, and now Zappas and Cookie trying to do work here. Cookie actually back and active in the TF2 scene at the minute, but is going to come undone by that rocket to the face.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think Team Bite should be able to control the Spire, even though they don't have a medic on the point. Bite got shut down previous fight and only just respawned, so it doesn't have any Uber charge up, while FD is almost nearing 100%.
Team Zebasai gonna find themselves a frag on middle. Greg gets caught out this time. And look at this, it's 5 versus 3 here in the yard. They're just streaming forward. They're trying to focus down that target, and it is going to be Cadis who goes down, but they really could have committed and perhaps got that med pick. Uber popped off here from F2 to play it safe, it looks like, Comedian.
I think they really should have gone for the med pick right there. That would have been a good advantage. They would have been able to continue building their Uber, while now Bot's got that Uber advantage up. And looks like we got Sentry going up on last point here. It's a bit of a blast from the past. Looks like Zebosai is jumping onto the medic, but he managed to get back into the spawn and survive that no problem. Looks like they're going to hold off. Stand outside on the bridge.
I mean, we do have a server full of legends here, but there's really a lot of different eras present. I mean, Hawks was in his prime like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, around the 4 Kings era.
He's from an era where the soldiers didn't really have gunboats, man. He's very slow and steady, doesn't jump a lot, likes to walk forward. We mightn't see a lot of fast play from Team Zebasai here, but they're going to be slow and steady. It's like, you know, Jason Voorhees, he's always walking, but somehow he's always on top of you. And they're about to pop off that Uber charge through main here. Maybe they're just looking to spam the gun down, but the angle is powerful there. Hawks gets juggled forward, the gun does go down. But Bite's just sitting here with his own charge.
Yeah, he's
waiting to pop
holding
up.
on to it with the steely heart. But oh my god, that's a great pop right there. Managed to take down 3 people in a span of a second. And actually, Zipsai is trapped as well, so he's going to go down as just F2 and Bibbin up right now. So they're not going to be able to control the Spire anymore. Going to have to fall back all the way to mid. Looks like the Ubers are about equal. Oh, actually, Bike get caught out right there. Try to jump up on Spire. F2 also gets aggressively attacked, but oh, Leon jumps in from behind, takes him down with the rocket launcher.
Meanwhile, Zapdos has jumped over the head of Cadis unchoked to block the Spire, then dropped down. The Spire got capped anyway by NPC, who is just heroic right now. Slays Zapdos on the ground, runs into spawn to save himself, and now he's going to continue to try and contest here. No respect shown to this soldier. Zebasai just watches as Hawks gets 1v1 by Greg. These British scouts are shredding them.
Yeah, it's incredible just how good these players still are. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't be all the way up in prem level, but they managed to get their shots off. They managed to get some air shots off too. I'm really impressed by the level of aim, at least by a lot of these players.
Bomb comes in from Hawks. He's on to F2. Or Bite, sorry, lands 1 rocket, but there's no follow-up there as he gets gunned down mid-air.
Kate was in actually behind the medic right there, but got shot down.
They're going to continue and go here. Zebo's super weak. He seems to be the target of their focus fire. Zapdos is going to be next. The red team here just looking well oiled right now. Great focus fire coming out. Those targets getting obliterated instantly. And they're able to just take control of Spire. Walking the way forward into trash right now, but they're good to go. They've got this charge. F2's sitting with his own overcharge. The spawns do come up. So Zapdos is going to be able to come forward and help his teammates, but this is kind of precarious where they're holding forward with 4, but the flank is exposed! Bite gets abandoned! 50 went ahead and left Bite. Bite's going to be furious!
I can already imagine the hate right there, but they should be careful for Dr. Leon. Dr. Leon is actually coming in from behind, and he's going to go on the medic as well. F2 also being left behind, has to pop the ear per solo. Great force there by Leon. And you know, that's really always interesting to see, because this is actually a group of people who haven't really played with each other, maybe in a scrim here and there. But they don't have the coordination you see from the real prime teams, where they make sure that there's always someone on the medic, making sure he stays alive, fall back together as a group, and attack as a group. It's always interesting to see how the dynamics still need to be worked out during the match. I think towards the second match, or towards the end of this match even, the coordination is going to be a lot better.
I mean, they call it Team Zemicide versus Team Bite, but essentially it's Team AIDS Brits versus Team Sweden / Finland / Denmark. Team Nordic, we'll call them?
Team Nordic.
Although we've got Dr. Leon there, he's like just the double agent. He's in there representing Norway, but not fighting with his Nordic brothers.
I don't actually realize that, but that have been the sort of powerhouses of TF2. So it's pretty to see that sort of represented in the game right here.
I'm gonna work under the assumption that Dr. Leon was fat-kidded. That's the only reason he's playing on Bite's team. Get wrecked, nerd. Right now, though, they continue to push last. And we did see Bibbin making a big dash for the point. And then Bibbin's day, that was a cap, no doubt. But since they doubled that cap timer, not today, Bibbin. He's just like, what? Why would you change that, Valve? Why? But back cap denied. No more gimmicks, man.
It was really the trademark of Badlands. It was such a great little feature, and it maybe sometimes odd victories, but it was always in the back of your mind, and it made defense so much more important to always make sure that there's someone on the cap point.
The good thing here is Comedian, whenever this game started, it looked like our blue team, Team Devastai, were going to get smashed, but they've managed to kind of get themselves back in the game. Sure, there's still 2 rounds down, but there's 60 minutes left by my count, and they're now poised to push last here. They've got a 25% Uber advantage. They need to go immediately. They've got a kind of dwindling 10/5 second window here to get in onto Bite. Actually popped in, killed off Leon. They're going to make a play for the point, but Kiedis has it all sticky, picks up 2. Zebo and Cookie going down And the
Okay,
scouts are
actually behind the
unleashed.
point. He's hiding. He's hiding. He's gonna jump on.
What? Did they not see him?
They don't see him.
Oh!
Oh, there we go. Can he take that fight? No, he can't take that fight. He got spotted at the last second right there. Oh, that was beautiful. I was looking from his perspective on that fight, and I was like, there's no way he's gonna stay here for much longer. But I'll just stay there for a crazy amount of time.
That would have been the sickest play. We got Team Bite here, trying to work their way out from last. They killed off Bibbin already. Bite's taking a lot of damage from on high. That rocket's just going to catch him through the roller door. Zebasai with the accuracy. Going to drop down, but won't get the arrow on from F2 in time. F2 under big pressure here from Cadis, catches one pipe but dodges the other, and it's only Leon left alive. He knows the medic's weak. Is he going to go for the hero play? Drops down and tries to shoot the scout. No, Leon, go for the medic.
You like it's gonna be a good one?
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. They just weren't going to get those spawns.
Team Zebasai getting it 1-2, making that comeback slow but steady.
Never bet against the Nordics, man.
Never, man.
The comeback is real. It's happening. And this is only the first map of a best of 3, as I understand it.
Yeah.
Of course, we are here for Hugs.tf, raising money for special effects. All the details on how to donate are on screen and below it in the Twitch description. But anyway, mid-fight, number 4, getting underway. The bomb forward from Zebasai tries to go shithouse to Bugany, but doesn't find the demo man he was hoping to meet there. Runs in to steal the enemy medpack. It's all over the place here, but it seems to be going in favour of the blue team right now. Greg is stuck behind, hiding in the bush on the barrel there on red choke, as the rest of his teammates get cleaned up on middle. But is he going to get this? Is he going to get this med drop? Who's playing the high
they
D2?
might have forgotten about these. Look, they're walking right past him. Oh, come on, Greg. Finish shot. No! He got that good shot in, but wasn't able to connect the second one. Sad things, Greg. And yeah, especially we are in for the charity for Hugs.tf, raising money. So please, if you haven't checked it out, check out the website. Make sure to donate a little bit of money. Maybe donate some items that you don't really care about. I sadly gave away all my items when I left and retired from TF2. But if you were smarter than me and held on to some of those, you can give them to Hugs.tf. Looks like Team Zebo is coming into the last point. They've managed to get a couple of picks up, but Bite is still up. Oh no, he gets taken out by Hawks. Just gets absolutely destroyed. The only player that's left is Cadis on top right there. He's coming down, takes down the stickies. Oh, but F2 managed to get the crossbow off 2-2.
They just had to sacrifice themselves one after the other there to clear out the stockpile of Cadis' stickies. And eventually it's F2 who claims the glory here, and wow. It's a 2-2 game. Still 13 minutes left to play. It is literally anyone's game right now, Comedian.
But in the end, we all win. Especially those people who get some help from the charity.
Cookie sneaking in behind. Not doing much as the red team opt to push from closet. A very weak Dr. Leon is standing on choke, demanding to be healed from Bite, and his whole team are going to follow him there. They found 3 frags on middle, and they've just got to regroup and come in again. But like, what can Zappis, Bibbin, and F2 do? They look like they want to contest, but it's a fool's errand. They're going to try and sack here onto the medic. Zappis jumps forward, but gets juked. Cadec's 0 pouts, and Cadis gives him a masterclass there as he just plucks Bibbin out of the air with a fat direct.
It's a good try right there. Did not manage to pull it off. At least they did. Oh, actually, F2 went down. I didn't notice where he went down. That's an Uber drop right there.
He was trying to escape. But the red team, Team Bite, Team AIDS Brits, they've got themselves back in control here. They're dictating the pace. They popped Uber, and they're already just touching that last point. We're going to see Greg make a rush for the point and force the hand of the blue players. FT tries to drop down to block, but it's all too late. We see Bite's boys take the lead once again here, Comedian.
I seem to have a bit of a play switch right here because Leon left the team and actually got replaced by Mike.
Wow, it was even worse than I expected. He wasn't just fat kid, he was just a ringer. So it really is
He was just abandoned as soon as they got the real players coming in here. Mike, of course, knowing for his DM prowess. Wonder what this is going to be doing for the team, because I do believe that Mike is still playing.
Mike is playing Overwatch right now. I think every time you say Overwatch, you have to put 10 quid in the donation jar. Sorry, Shreen. But yeah, I think Mike is at the Hugs.tf venue right now. Him and Mia were supposed to be working their way over there. I saw on Twitter earlier, so he is, you know, he's live and direct. Maybe we're gonna have some Mike camera action on stream. I don't have the stream open right now, but anyway, there's a mid fight going on here, and the F2 pops over to himself in.
He managed to get a swipe off.
Kills Bite. What?
Oh my god, he managed to get a swipe off with this Uber saw and get it up to 100%, and actually that's what saved him. Managed to pressure, get that crossbow action going in, and it is actually funny to see it, because F2 was known back in the day for his needle gun skills. He managed to get some real good shots off with the needles, and to see him now doing the same with the crossbow is kind of fun.
I always thought F2's best class was Demo Man, you know, but people never got to see it outside of pickups. People are sleeping on F2's Demo Man, even in 2017. Trust me, fam. Boomy and Greg going down here, former teammates, getting gibbed. But Kadis is going to get a cheeky pick on Bibbin there. I think it was on the jump pad. And our blue team, Team Jebusai, have committed to this right side of Spire push here. And this is always the danger zone. Once you're just coming between the fence and the Spire itself, that is the real kill zone. Now it's marked out by their body parts, as we just see Kadis calling his team forward and just executing that tactical strike. They got absolutely destroyed.
It's a real tough zone. There's just such a small area. All the nades, stickies, rockets, they just do so much damage when you're stuck in that area, and there's just no room to maneuver.
Right, it's calling the boys to go through house. Looks like they want to do a push from Hunter here, aka patio, whatever side of the Atlantic you come from. Mike's gonna take this Uber in, finds the frag immediately on the Hogs. The flank from Boomy catches F2, that's medic down. Only Jebusai remains alive here, as a beautifully executed push from the legends from the British Isles. It's just couple trumped here, man. They're destroying them.
Is still behind, but he's probably gonna switch his player to go to last point. See, you have a heavy up here, so maybe that heavy will be enough to hold off the team bite steamroll coming in.
Mike has had immediate impact on this game, so much so I think we're gonna have to rename this team to Mike plus 5 Brits.
Look at that! Look at where Boomy has actually managed to hide himself. He's all the way up.
Do they know
above
he's there?
The point. They have no idea. And now he dropped down. He's going to force a lot of movement onto the point. And actually the medic managed to drop down. So, but they managed to clean up a lot of players. That was actually a great idea, but not the greatest execution.
Again, it's that cap timer. It's come back to haunt us. These legends, they can't handle it, man.
Man, it would tilt me so hard if I would be playing there and the cap timer wouldn't go off.
Cookie rolling out with the heavy there from last. Does manage to force the Uber out as 3 players rushed to choke the focus down, but F2 was just totally exposed there, abandoned, and will join him in the spawn queue. It's 4v4 here. The blue team, Team Jebusai, Team Nordic have taken the Spire back, but for how long, Comedian? What?
I think they're going to be able to hold it, yeah. They lost the big damage players, and actually Kados just went down as well, so that is actually a pretty good hold. Managed to push it out without the medic, and it does prove you don't need the medic for everything. The medic does a lot of healing. The overcharge is the defining force of Team Fortress 2, but you can make your moves and actually push the opponent even without the Uber.
Big Jebusai there. He's on 5 kills so far this life. He's starting to work his way forward here. Hawks is going to be the distraction. Zeb was trying to come in to do the damage, but the Uber comes out immediately from Bite.
A little bit too aggressively. They lost too many players. If I do actually manage to get out of here, that would actually be good to kill. Oh no! Don't think we're able to have anyone on this team, because they just managed to catch a point, and they're gonna all be swarming the last point without anyone respawning, and there goes F2 as well.
The spawns are just too long, and that push, that aggression, that choke proves to be a fatal mistake. I mean, at that point there was still 7 minutes left. Did they really need to overcommit like that? Maybe they just had lost track of those Uber counters. I know how that feels. But they end up looking foolish there as Byte's team extends their lead 4-2 right now, going into mid-fight, number 7. Are they just going to park the bus, or are we going to see some action here?
Oh, please, no parking of the bus, please. I see. Looks like they're going through the gulch, going through the house on the side. But actually, it looks like Team Zebo has gotten good control. Actually, Byte got taken out by a random nade, sort of. And that is probably going to solidify the point for Team Zebo. And if they manage to get a good push going off this, this can be a quick round for Team Zebo.
That was exactly what they needed to produce there on middle. Not just a middle victory, but they kept F2 alive and managed to kill off Byte. So huge window here to push with Uber advantage. They can take their time, they can climb Spire, they don't have to take any risks. There is still Mike behind.
I mean, we got Greg on the sniper right, so gotta keep an eye out for him.
Mike gets caught out. Just unfortunate timing there, as it seems the whole blue team rolled out to that left-hand side and caught Mike, who was retreating from the house. So if they push now, they even have that man advantage. But Byte, as you say, he's got the backs out here. He's got some medic gimmicks coming up, some bubbles.
Yeah. Well, we got the Uber coming in, but the pyro is just air blasting the medic up, and it can't do anything. The point is getting swarmed, but it's just filled with stickies. Just gets taken down. But seems like the swarm is going to be a little bit too much. It's just Mike up left, and Cadis will get the beat off. No, actually, 4-3 right now for Team Byte. But with that fast round, if Team Zebo gets another quick one, might go into 4-4 territory. That'll be very interesting to see. That was
just surgical there from Cookie. The doctor is in the house.
What's that bubble stuff? I know it's a vaccinator, but I have no idea what it does. I've been trying to study like all the new items and everything, but there's just too much stuff for me to keep a track of.
It's going to be hard to. It's got some complexity to it. I'll tell you after this mid-fight. Zappos has already gone down. That's no demo man up for Team Zebasai Hawks. Resting in peace right now as well, but it is 4-on-4. Byte's getting pressure. Oh my god, that huge air shot from Mike to keep his medic alive. Byte was surely going to die. Nice. He's in a F2 Oh my god. No mercy, no mercy, no honor shown here by the Danish medic. He just arrows Byte. Didn't even take the Ubersaw battle. That was disgusting.
Oh, F2 and Cadis are in a 1v1. But Cadis does manage to take a nice nade onto F2, takes him down, and I think they'll be able to secure this point with this victory. But we do have some respawns coming in. Does seem like Team Zebo is going to be trying to control Spire rather than try and capture the midpoint.
Later spawn here from F2 means he's 20% behind in the Uber race. I'm just going to check that everybody's running. Oh yeah, I thought there was something up there. He was building it fast. He's running crits. I don't have my crutch of a casting HUD on plugins at the minute, but F2 running that crits Krieg may have it just around the same time as Byte gets Uber, or maybe before if he keeps building. But the bomb forward here from Cadis is going to be immediately denied by Cookie, and the crits mightn't even matter. Byte's gone down. F2 is just sitting pretty here. He's got protection with Cookie on Stonebridge, but there's 3 players on Spire and they don't have the Cookie's coming in from behind. He's trying to backstab these scouts. Kills one, kills 2.
One down. The soldier is jumping up, but actually takes one of the other ones down. And if F2 can get a good crossbow off, actually takes him down. Oh my god, he defended the point. Look at that point. It's only got a sliver of health left. That's incredible. What
Tony,
a defense from Team Zebo.
This is the real Tony the Tiger. It's not Stark, it's Cookie. He's just mauling these kids right now. And F2 as well with another big arrow. Oh, Cadis is going for the back cap. The gimmicks are real! Oh, they're just standing flat-footed. Rocket to the face of Cadis. They're walking into middle here with the knowledge that there's no stickies, no demo man up. They're just taking their sweet time. They're able to blow up here. I'm still not sure if it's crits. Like, they will be able to see the particle and the medi beam. They might have caught a glimpse of F2, but Byte is dangerously close right now. If he thought it was crits, he might be not so committed. He's going to try and run away. Is he gonna? They're gonna pop it off. First crit stick, he goes towards the spire to kill off the soldier, but Bite is able to just walk through that roller door, avoid
Don't
certain
manage
death.
to connect any crits really. And Greg again behind the point. He's actually pulled out his machete and takes down the medic. What a play by Greg. Again hiding on the correct spot.
I can't believe they gave the crits to Zappis. Zebo was always a man to demand the crits on Soldier, but it didn't pay off anyway. But they didn't even need the crits, man. They managed to get those 2 points second and middle just off the force of just raw aim here. Cookie going beast mode. He's still alive. He's still behind enemy lines. He's considering trying to contest the Spire. He's going to go and take a 1v1 here with Greg, but it's actually Mike who steals that frag with a rocket from range there.
I mean, that's just 2v1, man. I would have liked to see the manly match there. 1v1, Scout v Scout. Come on. Actually, Bite, he switched to the engineer off the medic, so he's actually defending the last point. Meanwhile, F2 is getting formed from all sides. They just squirmed in from all the sides and actually take down Team Zebo completely. Just disassemble them. And there we go. GG. It's going to be the first game to Team Bite.
And they only had Mike for half the game. I think we saw a little bit of a change there once their superstar decided to show up and play. Dr. Leon, of course, doing an admirable job as stand-in, but I mean, at the start of the game, it looked like it was going to be really one-sided, what we saw from our red team initially, but I think Team Zebasai, the Nords, did a good job of fighting their way back into it, but still, they couldn't just beat that stiff upper lip here from the Brits.
No, and actually, looking at the stats, it looks like Cookie was the one carrying Team Zebo. He managed to make 11 frags in the previous round. But the other top 5 fraggers were MVC, Boomy, Mike, and Katers, all with 5 frags. And so going from 11 to 5, that's a big difference. Cookie definitely has that incredible aim still up. It's really nice to see that.
Yeah, and I kind of been disconnected from the TF2 scene for a number of months. I played a few games during the week, and I saw Cookie in my stream chat telling me about a new team he's involved with. Cookie is actually back playing and competing in TF2 right now, so he's not afraid to put his legacy on the line. Like, he's coming back here. He could lose it all, man. People hold Cookie in high respect. North Americans still think he hacks, but he's doing the heavy lifting here for Team Zebasai. I think we should rename it to Team Cookie, to be honest, man. That's only fair, comedian. What has Zebo done for them recently?
You name it after the brains of the team, and maybe Zebasai is that brains of the T.
Well, he's getting outbrained here by Big Brain Bite, who seems to be making some good calls, just judging by the movement of the players. We saw some nice executions there, some well-drilled Oopers. I'm sure they've been practicing many PCWs for this show match.
They have been playing non-stop for the past 3 months, really. We're pretending like they've only just started playing, but really, they've been working on for a while now.
Comedian, I don't know what the maps are, but so far we've seen 2 classics here. Granary, one of the oldest maps in the game. I think this is the pro version, actually.
This is the regular version.
This is the regular version. Oh,
yeah,
wow,
no.
This is a treat then.
I was interested in that because I downloaded the pro version, but I don't know. I hadn't had the time to check out what is different on the pro version.
So it's just the point is moved on last. Yeah, it is the old version, actually. You're right. The point is in the middle of last, rather than all the way at the back, so you can't abuse the spawns. There's some other changes to do with the width of middle and stuff, but we're playing the classic version here, and I see in chat Boomy is demanding that they play vanilla with medlocks. Maybe that's what they were doing last map. I didn't really check to see the unlocks, but a lot of these old players maybe just favor familiarity. They're not going to experiment too much with any of the gimmick unlocks. I don't even know if Hawks was running the gun books there or just going for the classic shotgun soldier pocket plays, but
yeah, it's like I said, it's interesting to watch because I was tuning into some shortcasts and making sure that I'm up a bit in my knowledge, but it was definitely interesting to see that most of the default weapons were the ones that are being used.
Comedian, I'm going to make a proposal to you. Since we're playing
sure.
all these ancient maps, I don't know what the tournament organizers have planned, but I'm going to suggest that the third map should be CP Well. You want to be old school, man.
Oh my
old school.
God, no, please. Like, we want to have fun, you know? Like, we want to have some, we want to remember the good times, but we also want to have fun. And I think if we play well, nobody's going to have fun. Except for the trains, man, for the trains.
Oh, Mike is fast. Just arcs in there, steals the med pack and kills Cookie. Jumps up top, catches a rocket from range, but somehow survives there. Bite just tagging him with the Medibeam to keep him alive. Bite's under pressure here, but just the protection from the scouts is excellent once again. NBC and Greg listening to the calls from Bite and eliminating those threats. Meat Shot VC gonna steam forward here. And gun down Zappis after I questioned his legendary status on Twitter. NBC is out here to prove himself, Comedian.
Well, you shouldn't have agitated him, man. You shouldn't have called his bluff. He's definitely still on top of things.
Yeah, NBC is actually a sick gamer, man. He is a quick veteran. He's going to move forward here with the overcharge, but oh, look at that, just out of range. Soda gets dropped. They're going to have to retreat here, but already their flank has been cut off. They've got a Huntsman Sniper there. Mike with the Huntsman Sniper. He thinks he's playing Hanzo.
Been putting in too much hours in TF2, but actually, look at Greg. Greg is going the spy route. Looks like he's going to try and get some nice backstab going. And actually gets bumped into by one of the scouts. So I don't think this is going to be a great success anymore.
Does Bibbin realize that he bumped Greg? They're shooting the corners here. They know something's up. The spy's been called.
Yeah, they bumped into him. So they definitely know something's up. And man, I love seeing guys always. It's actually my one, because I got a community weapon, and I was like, all right, what community weapon would I like? And I would like the knife, so I picked the community knife. The only problem is anyone ever sees the community knife, because you're always either disguised or you're walking away invisible. It doesn't work, man. It's the worst decision I've ever made in TF2.
You still wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat screaming, no!
No, I should have gone for the rocket launcher.
It's okay, Comedian. I'm here for you, bro. We're still sitting here at 0-0. I can't believe, actually. Is something wrong with my HUD? It says that there's only 15 minutes left. Are we playing to a reduced time limit here in the maps? Is it 20-minute maps?
Maybe.
Must be, or I'm losing my mind. Yes, I've been confirmed by production. Thank you, Blackout John. It is 20-minute maps. Here we see our blue team, F2, aware their stickies there is going to pop off to try and bring Hawks in, but Hawks is so slow, his team are all dead already. Zevo, Bibbin and Cookie all rip.
Woo!
Back cap's on as well.
That was a nice air shot by Hick.
It's not Greg on the back cap, it's NBC. He's been watching Greg's demos. Now it's F2 coming in here. He's handy with that crossbow, but NBC is just going to evade the bolt, gun down the medic, and jump up top and just wait and see what's going to happen. But our red team, again, looking dominant, Comedian.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit better team play going on, but also the frags coming in by some of these players, some of the air shots we've seen. Maybe they got a little bit more familiarity still with the game. Might make just a little bit of a difference. That makes it a little bit of a difference in frag and make a big difference in games like where team play is not going to be as cohesive.
Oh, nobody's gone right here. Zebasai realizes that nobody's checked right, but NBC standing in the corner. Zebu's not full health. Zebu looks in the corner, but he already eats the meat shot. Zebu down at 11 health here, badly in need of an arrow. F2's so weak though. He's just trying to focus on keeping himself alive, but NBC's going to come in and get the easiest frag of his life onto Zebasai. He's just coming in on that flank, trying to contest Hawks, but Hawks with the direct rocket from above will eventually go down himself. It's only Bibbin left alive here. The red team have just been grinding out these frags, and with a huge man advantage, they're going to be able to claim the first capture of the map.
And it definitely reminding me why Granary is not always loved by everyone. It is a bit of a slower map compared to Battleland. Definitely a bit more of a grind. Well, good to see the games going forward. And just want to give another shout out to the charity that we're raising money for. This is Hugs.tf shoutcast, and we're raising money for Special Effect, which is a charity trying to help out disabled gamers and make their life a little bit better. So if you have some money left or have some items, please donate them on Hugs.tf. And we got the mid-fight going.
First blood again here. But his teammates are just unashamed. They're going to stay and fight to the death. Never leave a man behind. They're all going to die. Cookie is just stuck behind in no man's land now on 12 health, collecting med packs. Kind of buff his med pack stats for the logs. But Cadis seems just oblivious or just unamused by the fact. Going to steam ahead here because it's control points that win maps here in TF2. They're going to claim 4th and just start knocking on the door of last right now. Pushing ahead with Demo, 2 scouts and that Uber charge. They're pumping out the buckshot into F2. Sticky's being rained down on the door as well. And with no heals available here for Team Zebasai, they can just afford to take their time. They're still here with just 4, and it's only now that the first frag comes in against them. Hawks with the rocket onto Cadis there, but Bites on the point, contested, but Zappos is going to be able to kill him off just in the nick of time. And just raw aggression there from Team Bite, Team England, Team AIDS Brit, Mike plus 5 Brits is going to be enough to slam home another quick round there. I think the floodgates may have opened, Comedian.
I'm wondering if we're going to see another quick round from Team Bite, or if there's going to be a comeback like we saw in the first game from Team Zebo. Definitely going to be keeping an eye out on Cookie in this match, because he's been taken out the first couple of rounds quite early on, and after that didn't have as much of an effect. Managed to survive for a while, might make a big impact.
Zebo bombs forward. Hawks is already weak though, can't really follow him, but it's Cookie on to Mike. Hawks now collecting the frags. Just raining down rockets from that high ground, not really being contested, but being enough of a distraction here just to keep Cookie alive, set up all these frags. Cookie and Hawks just farming nerds here. It's Power Gaming 2.0. F2 playing very safely here. Knows the only way they can come out badly from this round is if he boomy bombs him. Like, the odds are in favour here of Cookie and Hawks to win this fight. FT doesn't need to commit himself, but now does come in when he sees that the mid fight is secured here.
Yeah, that was a great plays by Cookie right there, and he managed to stay alive and actually get a lot of frags. He's running around, creating a lot of havoc there, and I think that was exactly the point I was trying to make. The previous rounds he got taken down right at the start, but now he got that space, he got that opportunity to go and get those frags. Made a huge difference this game.
Comedian, I've got one eye on Twitch chat and I see a legend in chat. It's Kyler for fun. Portugal's finest. But they're going to be an Uber popped off here as Bibbin and Cookie are trying to find frags. They do force the charge out from Bite. They just can't seem to find a target, but Zappos is going to claim Greg there. And is now going 1v1 with the legendary Meat Shot VC. The pistol is going to be enough.
Meat Shot VC winning that engagement.
Oh! He whiffs it! He whiffs 2 or 3 shots on Zebo. He wasn't even looking at him. Sometimes that's the hardest person to hit, right? The guy who isn't looking at you. But misses the opportunity to finish off that soldier frag. Zebo turns around and just guns him down with this shotgun. And he's going to steam forward ahead to try and just farm some frags for the logs. I can't believe what I just saw. NBC, shine your head in shame.
Oh man, yeah, it's those moments, man. You've been performing great all game, and then you just miss one of those shots, and that's the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling.
No, I'm putting the wrong spin on it here. I'm just beaten. It was really a sick play from Zebasai there. He really delivered in a clutch situation. That's what we expect from the big man from Sweden. And we're going to head off to mid-fight number 4 here, Comedian, with just 8 minutes 40 on the clock.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye out on Mike. Let's see, he's going to jump in. I think he's going to go try and get some aggression on, but he seems to be falling back. They seem to be contained all in that sort of death corner. Like death now. Soldier jumping onto the medic. Bite is almost down. He's so weak, but he managed to stay alive. And it's just Bibbin really left on a point. F2's fallen back. Let's see if Bibbin can actually get something done, not just being a distraction for the time being. F2 has gotten out safely and is already starting to build that Uber up again. They will have a bit of a disadvantage, but they should be able to contest the second point. Team Bite are on
Comedian.
it.
It's happening. .gif. We've hit 15k from what I see in Twitch chat. Ding 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 ding. That doesn't mean you should stop donating either. More money. 16k. Let's go.
I believe it is possible. Just
We're
like
not
it
here
is possible.
We're not here for your entertainment. We're here for your money. Send
Send us
it.
those $Roos.
We're being popped off here by Byte. He is trying to end this game as quickly as possible, but no, Byte, we need you to extend it. We need you to throw this map so we can go to the third map in the best of 3 and keep farming these nerds' wallets. We need that money for special effect. Oh, they're just going to barrel forward.
Byte is not agreeing with you. He just wants to get this over and done with.
Ooh, Byte. Byte hates disabled gamers. It's official, guys. You know, just throwing it out there. You can fight against the tyranny of Byte by donating your hard-earned dollars, pounds, euros, whatever you're working with. We accept it all. You can see the details below stream and on Hugs.tf.
We will accept everything except for lint. You know, we have too much lint already. Can't use anymore.
You can, of course, donate items. Right, onto this mid fight. It's Greg who's going to go down first. We did see in the previous middle that Team Zebasai were trying to be the aggressors. They waited a little bit longer this time, and they may have engineered themselves quite a decent situation. They're fighting 2 fights at once, though, and as Zappos tries to whiff pipes here while being healed by F2, the actual players that probably could have fragged are getting cleaned up on the other side. F2 realizes he's made a huge mistake here in investing his heals in Zappos and is trying to retreat with the skip jump board from Mike.
Oh my. That was so close. He was on 95% Uber charge. He was just needing those last little few ticks. Zebasai did not manage to get to him in time.
The control point is being contested.
There was just no escape there for F2. Mike on point with that skip jump. Even if F2 had like landed the mid-air Uber saw to get himself 100%, he still wouldn't have time to draw it out and you know, pop it off, I'm sure.
I'm also seeing that there's a lot of chat going on in the game between the players. They're talking about different people not having a vanilla setup. It seems like some players accidentally equipped some non-vanilla weapons, and there's quite a bit of commotion going on here. It's almost like the heydays when with the vanilla, when the weapon unlocks were so hotly debated. Seems like it hasn't changed today.
Those were furious times, man. I remember writing many a lengthy forum post about how unlocks were just a crutch to real TF2. How I flip-flopped on those arguments, but looks like the legends are willing to give vanilla plus medlocks a try, or at least that's what they said in chat, right?
Yeah.
This lead coming out here from Team Byte is quite commanding right now, 4-1 as we go on to mid-fight. Number 6, 5 minutes, under 5 minutes on the clock, and on Granary, man, that's a big lead to try and contest in 5 minutes.
Oh,
the
definitely.
speed of this map, especially this older version.
Oh, miracles do happen. Let's see what's going to be happening on this midpoint. Seems like Team Zabo is more and slowly ground out. F2 got taken out, just got sandwiched between 2 players and caught in a bad position. The scouts are still roaming around. Zebo is doing good damage and will actually take down Byte. So medic-wise, we are in a good situation. Just a scout soldier battle, but MVC will finish it off with the pistols.
Oh, those are always the most painful frags where you're standing waiting for that med pack to spawn, and you
like,
die.
Come on!
You die in the instant that you die and go to death cam. You see the med pack respawn. It's like, damn it! Zebo almost going huge there again and turning the mid fight around for his team, but. Meat Shot VC, aka NVC, is going to be the sheriff there, Big Ziggy, gunning down Zebo and gunning down the dreams of the Nords here, as Team Byte just remains in complete control here on Granary. The clock continues to tick down, even since we started this mid-fight. We've lost another 90 seconds. Like, what can the Nords do here to get back in this? Let's go, Team Zebasai!
Yeah, they have to go in for... if they can get a kill on Byte or force their Uber anyway, that would be good. Uber has actually been pushed right there. Just as I said that. They are going to the point. Byte is actually being taken on his back, and F2 still has 80% Uber built up. He is coming in right now. It's a bit of a precarious position. If he gets jumped by a soldier or anything, he might go down. just managed to finish his Uber, so he will actually be safe for the time being, and they are actually getting ready to push the next point. Let's look at where Boomy is. He's sticking around with Bite at the second control point, but he's just gonna fall back. He's not gonna try and go for any QD plays. Try and scan out the opponents and then figure out if they can go for a backstab on the soldier.
We've got some comedian or some confusion in Twitch chat, comedian. Oh my god, what the fuck, BBQ KFC asks, is this an actual game right now or a cast of the game from the past? I don't know what to tell him, man.
A little bit of both. There's a little bit of both. It looks like the sentry is up from MVC, so he will actually take it down right now and switch classes. But that Uber has been forced and doesn't seem like like MVC is going to be able to clean it up.
Comedian, I've just had to consult the rulebook there. I saw Michael Adams, aka Mike, aka MGE Mike, using the Hulong Heatmaker, a banned unlock, not part of the Vanilla plus Medlocks rule set. I think we will have to forfeit the game in
think so
favor
too.
of Team Zebasai.
I'm 100% in agreement here. This is clearly illegal play by Team Byte. That means we will have to go through the third game. What a shame. Oh my god, no. Oh, if only he was just using the vanilla unlocks.
I think that's the name of the unlock anyway. Probably totally mangled the pronunciation of that. But anyway, I've had the official admin ruling there in that I'm just going to make it up, and we are going to go to map 3 after this. Maybe? But
Definitely.
I assume that's why we're having 20-minute rounds, but it's dead time right now. People are just looking for frag moving material. Farming nerds left, right, and center, but here comes Boomy looking for a 2k from the flank. The first rocket. The first 3 are decent. He does eventually kill off Zebasai, but Bibbin is going to get the frag in response there. And there's still enough time here for Team Zebasai to save a little bit of face. They got 45 seconds to push. They have a very minuscule Uber advantage. They're probably just going to go in dry here rather than wait for that charge to lubricate the push.
Yep. Looks like Zebasai is also going for that spy play. He's going to try and get that backstab off on the medic. But I don't think it'll actually be needed. They are actually making a lot of ground, getting a lot of kills in there. Zebo is coming in from behind. Let's see if... Oh, he takes down Boomy, going in for the medic. And actually F2 finishes off what the Uber saw. 4-2, but you know, it doesn't matter because we are going to a third game. What a great cap there with only 10 seconds left on the map.
Moral victory. It didn't even matter though because Mike already lost the game with his illegal, disgusting plays. Use of both the heavy weapons guy and unlocks at the same time. That's a lifetime ban in TF2 as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I'm 100% in agreement, but I will have to give a shout out to the vanilla unlocks.
Join us. We're stepping through the time portal here. We're back in 2008. We are living large. There is a little bit of discussion here. Is there a discussion actually? People are leaving the server. Do they not know there's a third map?
Oh my god, no.
I demand a third map. Can someone tell me otherwise?
You can't leave a game when it's 2-2, man. When it's 1-1, I mean.
Uh-oh, MVC's in chat. He's got to go fast. He's got the Sonic emote. And he's here to celebrate. But the game's not over yet, MVC. It's 1-1. Team Byte were disqualified because Mike used illegal unlocks. We're going to map 3. Tell me I'm wrong, admins. Tell me I'm wrong. I see a map loading, comedian, or is it just that the STV's gone down and I'm stuck on the loading screen?
I think it's changing level, but yeah, it's changing level. It's loading. It's loading.
Must be a really old map if I have to download it. What we should really play on is obscure, you know, Byte's masterpiece. We need a snow map. It's been a while since we've had a white map. Gollywash!
It's Gollywash, of course it's Gollywash.
Gollywash.
Of course, one of the most legendary games from Byte is actually played on this map. The 43-second capture point.
47 seconds, man!
47, oh, it was so close. What a game.
That was from one end of the map to the other. 47 seconds.
47 seconds. Capture the midpoint, capture the second one, capture the final point. 47 seconds to take the win. Whew. I still get shivers sometimes thinking about that moment.
I'm not talking about 47 seconds in Overwatch where you have like infinite overtime, man. I'm talking about just a hard 47 seconds. They did it in. They just pounded that. Although they were playing against some scrubs. What was it, like Facker Brigade or something? That doesn't even count, man. That's not a real record.
It was It was Team Thermal Take versus TCM for the ETF2L Season 9 Grand Finals on Gully Wash.
You're right, man. You're right. That was a classic piece.
I cheated. I Googled, all right? Yeah, my memory isn't this good.
So, there's a lot going in favor here of Team Bite. This was also a stomping ground of Greg back in the day. He was the king of the back caps. There's so many spots that are called the Greg spot, but the one I most associate him with is in the lobby, the little ledge you can hide above if you go main it. I think it's still in the game, actually, or did they remove it?
I think this is an older version. I think in this version it's still there.
I think you can still go on it, yeah. I wonder what version of the map this is. I'm not feeling my HUD right now. I don't have the info. You telling me this is like the old version? Did they have water in this?
No, this is CP Gully Wash Final 1.
Oh yeah, that's the most recent one. It's legit, but you can hide there for sure. I'm not losing my mind. NBC is lamenting in Twitch chat that they removed all the cool spots on Granary. That's true. That is true, my friend. But right now, I think they're just trying to get the pros back in here, the legends even, because it seems like there's a little bit of confusion in between maps there. Teams Eviside looked downtrodden, man. They'd been pounded for 2 maps. They were like, let us out of here. It's just the best of 3. But they forgot it was for charity, man. We're here for Hugs.tf, raising money for the special effect charity that helps disabled gamers improve their quality of life through the beautiful medium of games. What more do you want, comedian?
I mean, the one thing I would want is for all of us to be at a LAN so we could raise even more money and have some, I don't know, fist fights. I don't know. Like, what would be fun?
Eh?
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Exactly. This even better if we could play the game in real life. That would be the thing.
I will fight any man or woman at LAN and lose. Got a track record.
I will lose horribly.
0 wins in 4 fights, I think. Something like that. It's kind anyway. But yeah, comedian, I'm ready.
Still waiting on the players. We only got 4 players in. Looks like all the Team Zebo has left the mumble, so I'm not sure about what's going to be happening on that front.
Comedian, it looks like you're on your own here. I'm going to have to dust off my medigun or my rocket launcher and jump in the server here and frag out.
I mean, if this comes to things, we're just going to have to cast while we play at the same time.
Greg has just messaged me on Steam to say, my spots seem to be working. He's still pulling the wool over these nerds' eyes. Maybe it's just because he's been out of the game for so long that the spots had kind of faded from history into mythical, legendary status. And now that he's back here to wreak havoc, it's just been a real reminder of the legend of Greg. He has shown up here and shown his legendary status.
He has.
For sure.
He has pulled out some of his greatest spots. Got some real good sneak attacks. And man, I love seeing those plays.
In the Hall of Fame, comedian, there isn't even a picture of Greg. It's just a picture of his Greg spot. Or just a back cap underway. It's not Greg. It's what he brought to the game. EU gimmicks before they were called EU gimmicks.
It is always interesting, right? Because when you're playing against any team, you don't really have to worry about those spots. But when you play against Greg, it's just a little bit of extra information. You got to keep it in your mind. Got to make sure you don't forget about any of those spots. Cause you can pull one out at any moment, at any time. Never 100% sure, and that just adds so much extra mental strain, and it's just really tough to play.
Have you ever seen the movie Cool Runnings, comedian?
Oh yes, of course.
I think it's in Cool Runnings, but it's in any of these, the many bobsleigh movies. But the driver, he's spending the night before, he's in the bathtub, and he's just got a series of photographs of the track, all the corners, trying to remember what to do. It's the same when you're playing against Greg, man. You have to study those Greg spots, sitting curled up in your bathtub, remembering the order of things to look at as you walk through the map, so you don't get Gregged.
Oh, the worst part is, of course, you know, the casters will give you so much shit if you do forget about any of those Greg spots. It makes it gives that extra level of humility. It really adds to the Greg spots.
We do actually see kind of for fun in the server. The reason I was calling him out when I saw him on Twitch chat earlier, because I'm pretty sure his name was on the flyer on Twitter, the promotional material. Kind of for fun, legendary Portuguese scout. Made his name playing with Heist, I guess, in like Nitros that became TLR before selling out.
Oh my god!
He played for Epsilon briefly at one LAN, along with the terrible Epsilon team. Yeah, that's right. The one that ruined the Epsilon name forever. But he did bench press War.
Leon's back in the game as well. Slowly, we're still missing 4 players in total, so 2 per team. Mike is also in the server, so we just need 3 more players to set up those the 66. You know, if this was like Counter-Strike, man, we could do with just 1 more player, just 5v5. Now we've got to be 6v6.
Oh wow, Comedian.
Yeah.
We know that we're in trouble right now. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They've reinvited Dr. Leon back to the server. We thought we got rid of him, but they're going to bring him back.
Oh, we also got Fanfa in.
Whoa! Yeah. His name was definitely on the list too, now that you mention it. So there's clearly a kind of a pecking order here of legends. It's not just enough to have legendary status. You know, there is obviously a ranking within that. We already learned earlier that Mike is better than Leon, in case anyone needed confirmation. Whenever he got subbed out for MTE Mike. But now we're going to see who gets dropped out this time. You know, if I was going to point fingers and name names, and I'm prone to doing so, I would say, Zappis, get the fuck out, mate. What was that performance on Demo Man? You're a disgrace to your country and a disgrace to TF2. Please sub that man out. Too harsh, Comedian? Too harsh?
A little bit. But while that's happening, I would like you to look in the server. Look at where Greg is. Those Greg spots, man. Those Greg spots. Look at them.
Oh wow, that's vintage. That is vintage.
That's a good vintage Greg spot.
Does anyone even check that spot anymore? Really? Honestly? Soldiers of 2017, are you pre-firing your rockets up there to check for Greg? If not, you should be. This is how we combat the evil of Greg spots, man. It's all about education. So this stream isn't just for entertainment. It's edutainment. It's about combating the menace that is Greg, hiding in the shadows everywhere.
You know, he was so prolific that you would, even if he wasn't in the game, you had to check the Greg spot, because he might be there. He might just be there. You never know. You aren't in your nightmares, man.
So this is going to be the final map of the best of 3. I've just been told by Blackout John that it's going to be a 30-minute map. I mean, I don't think you could play just 20 minutes of Gully Wash. It can be, when going by the more recent years of TF2, it can be a real grind, a real slugfest. And with Kiedis on one of the teams, I don't know if we're going to see Team Byte push at all, unless they have a 5-man advantage. We'll see what happens. But yeah, good to see a few more old names in the server here. Fanva, for those who don't know, is an old school scout, played for the original Broder team, a legendary Swedish scout. But his most impressive qualities is probably his abilities to pound beers at LAN. Like, he just showed up to, was it I-52? Like, he hadn't played TF2 for years, just randomly showed up at LAN and spent the whole time just buying drinks for people, getting drunk. I don't even know if he had like a hotel room booked or anything. He just made it as far as the LAN venue and just proceeded to be drunk for like 72 hours straight. And I take my hat off to that man. I don't like to take my hat off these days, Comedian. I'm bald, but I'll do it for Fanva.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at Fanfa. He's part of back in the day, part of Team Broder as well.
Yeah, Seven Brothers Without a Brother.
Seven Brothers Without a Brother.
Remember that Frag movie?
I gotta give a huge shout out to Torden, by the way. Man, living legend.
He's still alive. He's not playing TF2 though. Not that I've seen. Every now and again you see him popping up, but I've heard whispers that Torden is still doing big things in esports and in gaming.
Oh, really? Well, what's up with him? What has he been doing?
I believe he is working for SteelSeries at the minute. So there you
Oh,
go.
man.
I can't say any more than that. That's just something I heard recently. But you know, incredibly creative guy, put together Vanilla TF2 along with Wico, if I remember correctly.
Yes, very, very correct.
Like a real creative visionary, and just one of the many great TF2 alumni now shaping esports for the better.
Yeah, I love his design, and he's made some incredible art pieces. Definitely. I mean, you know, I work for Vanilla, so you got to give him credit at every point possible. Zella's asking, I just saw him in chat, asking where the pledge is. He was actually scheduled to join tonight, but he had a family event sort of last minute coming up, so I had to cancel very, very last minute, sadly. Would have loved to do this event with him, and I want to give him a huge shout out. And
damn, that's I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I was talking with him. Like I recently started playing Dota 2 with him because I'm a 3K Dota scrub. But he's been doing well. He's been doing well, man.
Yeah, he's like a maths teacher, right?
Yeah, he's doing maths. He's teaching maths. He's hitting the gym 5 days a day, 5 days a week.
Still doing those pledge ups on stream, man. People have a lot of fond memories of Pledge's stream at a time whenever there were fewer TF2 streamers or less popular ones. Pledge was super professional. Not just like he was already an incredible caster, and really kind of brought professionalism to TF2 casting at a time when it was just all swearing and gimmicks and memes.
Oh man, every time I would do an interesting cast, so to speak, he would always give me so much shit for not being professional enough. Definitely want to try and bring everyone higher level, but yeah, I'm just not up. I'm not made for that, man. I'm made for the memes. I'm made for the terrible accent. I'm made for my computer crashing. That's the things I did.
That's the comedian legacy. The hats, man. The hats. You had a signed collection of hats, or at least one hat.
I had at least one hat.
Still got one eye on the scoreboard here, comedian, but no new players have arrived. I think they're trying to, build up the hype here. F2 is still lurking in spectator, but that means there is one player as yet unaccounted for.
Who's going to be that last player?
Kyler Fan Van Leon join us, but who is going to be that last player? I'd like to see you place your bets in Twitch chat. Not with actual money, because if you had any real money to bet, you would obviously donate it to Hugs.tf, you clowns. But just tell me, who could it be? In your wildest fantasies, if you were going to see a TF2 legend enter the server, obviously they have to be from Europe, because there are no NA legends. Who would it be? Who would it be, Twitch chat? That's what I want to know. Kim NG saying, give us Tech 36, Troncies. Permzilla asks, where is Fishu? We've got a shout out for Kratos as well here from Fat Pink Mask. What an excellent name. Beat Hoof's feeling Shadowburn. There's just so many names, man. This is how deep the TF2 talent pool is. I ask you to name like your most desired legend, and there's not even just like one answer. There's like 50 answers here.
Exactly, and any of them would be good, but we got to make sure we get one of them.
I would probably have to vote for Shintaz.
Shintaz.
All 9 classes considered. In his time, Shintaz was a beast. Sure, he may have used that bizarre keyboard config where pressing mouse 1 made him go forward or some shit. but it worked, man. It worked beautifully.
Oh, yeah, I remember looking at that config and just being shocked at just the weirdness of it.
He is a terrible human being though, but like definitely a great gamer. I'd gladly have him there alongside Byte on Team Brits, Team Mike plus 5 AIDS Brits. He would fit perfectly in every sense. Oh, there we go. I actually see new contender enter. It's Dr. Phil. He's at the Hugs house. I saw him last night trying to say something on stream, but his microphone wasn't turned on. They did remedy that though. But I believe that Phil is supposed to be playing topless, is that right? And singing karaoke throughout this final map. That's the deal, I believe. If we hit 15k, that was supposed to be it. So Phil, take that shirt off. I can't see the stream right now. I'm just assuming you're in the buff, flexing right now on stream. Is that accurate?
What?
Yeah. Even comedians thrown for a loop here. I want to see topless Phil. Is that too much to ask, comedian? Dr. Phil with no shirt on.
You know, I wouldn't say it's too much to ask. I think it's something we all have a right to. This isn't a request. This is the God-given right.
I need an update on the donation total here. I know we hit that big 15k milestone during map number 2, but I'm reaching, man. I'm reaching for 16. Why not? Sweet 16. Let's go, baby. What are we at right now? Give me an update, Twitch chat.
Looks like we're at 15k and 90 pounds. So we're not quite getting there, but we are gonna get 15.1 at least. Let's see if we can go for 15.2. 15.2. Anyone? Yes, please. You in the back. 15.2. Would be nice.
1590. Do we have any logs? You know, I could make an interesting bet here. You know, like I would donate £2 for every frag that NBC gets. You know, put the pressure on this man.
All right. £52 for every. I will.
Yeah.
I will donate £1 for every Greg spot used.
I'm going on the record here, NBC. I'm calling you out, man. Somebody tell that man. I'm questioning his legendary status once again, and I'm saying frag out for the kids, man, or for the disabled gamers, and £2 for every frag that makes the logs. That is, of course, not just the humiliation frags at the end of the round. If NBC doesn't play, if he can't handle the pressure, I'll think of someone else. But that's the game. We're making it interesting.
Looks good to me. I'll be keeping an eye out on those Greg spots. Donate some money for every usage of those. Sadly, I'm still a poor student, so I can't really put down a lot of money, but I can put down a little bit, and so can you. If you go to Hugs.tf, you can see how you can donate some items, some money, and help out the community with your donations. Anyway, it looks like the game is starting. Gonna be
Team Byte has kept the English/British vibe here, but we've got some mixed nationalities now on what was Team Zebasai. I guess it's Team F2 now.
I guess it's now Team UK versus Team International, Team Europe.
Oh, big pressure from Hawk. Somehow he gets all the way onto Kira. No protection from his scouts there, but Greg has gone forward to find 2 frags. Kills off Phil, then turns his attention back to Hawks. And F2 is going to go down, so Byte just sitting here in a very strong position. Has that 75% charge.
Forward.
Oh wow, Boomy trading out with Leon there, but actually survives due to the heals from Byte.
And I thought I was actually going to rush into the last point, but it seems like they're going to hold off for a little bit longer, giving some time for Team Europe to respawn. It's going to be a tough hold, especially with that 100% Uber. I think they're just going to jump in, go with the Uber, and there we go. Uber's pop going straight up onto Medic. F is being just completely demolished. Soldiers being taken down left and right. The capture from behind. The stickies from Dr. Phil doing a lot of work, but not enough. And it seems like Team UK is taking the first round on this map.
Absolutely savage. And there's MVC at number 3 on points scored at least. I don't know how many frags he got, but he got 6 points. I can just see the numbers racking up already, comedian. And I mean, this is kind of unfair in that we've already seen Team Byte getting warmed up on 2 maps with pretty much the same roster, and now a new set of crash test dummies out here to be battered around by the Brits. But they've got some fight in them. Vanva and Kyler combined to take down Mike and Greg. Vanva's going to be picking himself up another frag there as MBC ends middle without claiming any frags and stealing any money from my wallet for Hugs.tf.
I don't know if I should be sad about that or happy for you.
We're sad for Hugs.tf. Take my money, take my money, NBC, it's here.
That was a good jump by Dr. Leon and Hawks. They managed to sort of create a split in between the Bite and the rest of the team, and he had to back off, which made their hold on the middle not a problem from that point onwards. It looks like it is going to be an Uber versus Uber, and NBC is on the sniper, so you should be careful. He might be able to shot that 2 pounds from your wallet.
Pew! You can see it happening, man. F2 is just doling out the buffs here. We're going to see Leon in the Greg spot, hoping for the repush. And they're going to go in here with the solo Uber onto Kyler. Bite does eventually pop, but unsure if our defenders are actually going to push out on this. Leon is still waiting in lobby for someone to walk through that lower door. Does eventually drop off. It's Hawks claims Boomy in the lobby area there. It's still 5-on-5, but this is an option right now for Fan to come up as an off class here. Like, they've tried it with Cookie Cutter, didn't really work. MBC's going to go down. He's just choking under the pressure of this bet I put on. Are they going to try and push off this? MBC's giving them a window here. Still 5 seconds before he spawns. Oh wow, Dr. Leon going to get absolutely obliterated. Hawks as well, but he does kill off Cadis, and with no demo man up, they're able to play the point. Nice! Kyler's in, gets the cap.
And that is, again, we got sort of that Badlands last going on here with you have to really be very careful to not get your last one snipe out from underneath you. And just enough space created there to keep on to the mid.
Here we go, mid fight number 3. Still 26 minutes left. These rounds are coming in fast and furious, Comedian. And a little bit of a ring around the roses there as Kyler and Greg running around that nipple on the mid fight. But MVC's first to die. Bite's going to join him as well. It's 4-on-4 very quickly, but the fight is spread out here. The high ground is being controlled by our blue team. F2 loses one scout but picks up another. Hits an arrow and starts healing Banva up here. Only Cadis left alive, and he's wondering where exactly this mid fight went wrong.
Again, they jumped the medic on the right-hand side, and they didn't have enough soldiers defending the medic. And you know, once Bite gets taken down, it's just an attrition war, and the team with the medic is always going to reign supreme over the team without the medic. Team Europe doing really well there. Just really focusing Bite. That's been their strategy of winning the previous fight. Looks like MVC actually, like, Mike is on the spy. Let's see if we can take down a player here. Seems to be also playing with Novin with a banned weapon. He doesn't have the regular Invis. He's got the cloak and dagger.
Oh, gimmicks. I'll allow it. Just for charity. This sentry gun from MBC, even though it's just level 1, has...
Mike taking a backstab there on Dr. Phil.
Oh well, that as well is going to be enough to discourage them from this push. He did get Bite though. That was the crucial frag right there. Leon, hero of the moment. I missed it, but he's managed to kill off Bite as we just hear the Uber charge draining from his gun. But F2 is ready to repush here with Vanva, Leon and Phil. And potentially Boomy could get caught out here. He's only half health. Surely he's not going to survive here. Vanva hungry for that frag, but Boomy does manage to make it into the roller door. Vanva needs help up top. He's super weak. Where are the heals? Cadis is just pushed forward there and driven a wedge between the players of our blue team, the former team's Evasai. Dr. Leon getting a life-saving arrow there from F2, but it's only extended his life long enough to be farmed there by Boomy, Bite and Mike as they push through choke right now. Mike jumping up top but already being stunned back by that scatter shot. They're just trying to control the choke points here, but they've turned their blindside to Phil, who comes in and does fat damage, looking to set up some frags here, but Fanva actually goes down. Bite just going to pop off Uber. He realises he has man advantage, might as well go for it anyway. They're going to stream forward here. He's kind of reluctant to commit to this though. Just need to get the high ground and duke it out, but
it is.
I don't know. Relying on to take this fight on the flank, but now suddenly it's just Phil and F2. They managed to make it work, man. They managed to just skill it there, but I wasn't sure exactly what our British team were intending to do there, but Team Bike does come out on top. It's still 1-1 though. I'll calm down.
It's a real tough situation there because you know, with the lack of the teams not really knowing the Uber advantages right there, I think Team International could have really pushed their advantage because they did have 20% Uber advantage on their opponents. But Team UK managing to just squeeze out that victory on the mid fight there, and now pushing into last point. There is a Uber up for both teams right now. They're going to force the Uber on Team UK going into the last point, and now actually trying to escape. Scouts are roaming free. There is one scout below the point, and there's actually there's two players below the point. There's got the soldier and the scout, so they got to be very careful because I think they're going to sneak up and they're going to take the backup. They're going to take the backup and they're going to take it down 2-1 for Team UK, and that is that's a great spot right there.
They did not use their Greg spots checklist. First thing you do is press tab. Is Greg on enemy team? If yes, is Greg alive? It's like a flowchart, man. You have to work through it. Then you got to check under. You got to check the shadow spot on the pipe. You got to check the lobby spot. You got to check all the spots, man. But they didn't check the Greg spots.
They didn't check the Greg spots, and the Greg spots are very useful. That's a pound for me. And, now we have a push on the middle. Team UK is pushing very aggressively. Dr. Phil got sort of cut away from the rest of his team, but it is very low. Gets taken down by Dr. Leon, again diving that medic and just giving his life to trade it off there. But F2 gets taken down at the back. It seems like this is going to be a huge victory. A lot of really weak players on Team UK, but not enough to clean them off, and Greg takes down Killer for fun. Is going to secure the second CP point without any issues whatsoever. It's going to be a real tough last point.
Imagine if you were playing Scout Comedian, yet you were at the bottom of the scoreboard. I mean, you're playing the most powerful class in the game. Yet for some reason, you're at the bottom of the scoreboard.
Oh, well, you know, that's not really hard to imagine me being on the bottom of the scoreboard as a scout. You know, like, that's basically every match I ever played.
Imagine if there were disabled gamers out there depending on you to frag, and every frag was worth £2. Would you not just be playing your heart out, Comedian? Step it up, NBC. My wallet is wide open.
I would try. But I wouldn't be able to promise anything.
Greg's in the Greg spot. F2 knows the check.
Oh,
he just looks at two scatter shots coming directly between his eyes.
Greg. Oh, my god, I'm so happy we're playing this map because these Greg spots are fantastic. Looks like
someone tell Hawks, man, he didn't get the memo about the Greg spots. Just didn't check. F2 checked, even though Hawks didn't. It's a horror show, Comedian. It's a horror show.
Oh man, the nightmares. You know, these players, they're gonna go to bed and they're just gonna wake up in the middle of the night and just be like, oh shit, it's Greg there, and yeah, of course he is.
He's just hovered over your bed, perched up on your headboard in the shadows.
A lot of good kills coming out on Team UK, but they are coming in with the Uber. F2 doing a good job of surviving. He's got the Uber charger. The Uber saw out, not going to be enough. Killer for fun also being taken down. It is just Dr. Phil on the point right now. Oh my god, Mike taking a beautiful headshot onto Vanfa Hawks. Takes down Greg, but Bite is still onto that point. They're just slowly whittling down the opponents by trying to capture the point. Gets sticky bomb down. And now F2 is back up with the scouts. Killer for fun going in extremely aggressively. Is Mike going to be able to take a sweet headshot off? No. Looks like MVC's trying to get those $2.
£2, mate.
£2. £2.
£2.
Oh, he doesn't manage to get it. He does run away. He doesn't think those disabled gamers are really worth the £2.
Wow. I don't want to take this joke too far. We love you, NBC, and we know that you're here to help us raise funds. Head over to Hugs.tf if you want to donate, guys, or check in the stream description. Mike dropping down there from the little window ledge. Comes up with nothing, but Greg is sniping there from Big Door and was a prolific sniper in his day. Also a capable spy. We saw a little bit of that action in the earlier maps, but this time will be rushed down after one headshot. It's not hard to headshot Hawks though, man. He's just always standing there on the ground. Just chilling, just walking forward. He doesn't jump, Comedian. He never jumps. He's Hawks. Well, wait. There is the Hawks maneuver. You've heard about the Greg spots, but back in the day, there was this revolutionary maneuver by Hawks where you just wouldn't shoot rockets at the enemy. At the end, he would shoot one rocket and jump directly up on the ground. I mean, the straightest jump you've ever seen, just directly up in the air. And this worked for months. This was the Hawks maneuver, but he's not going to break that one out right now. Team Byte has pushed forward here. They're basically, or not pushed forward, they're holding the last right now. They popped off their charge here to save themselves despite being 2 frags down. Our blue team, the international team, are just forcing the issue. They've taken that fight onto the point, and they are going to find that second round to make it 2-2 here, Comedian.
Yeah, and Killer from Fun really stepping up to the plate, getting a lot of frags that round. Just a great play by him. And I gotta say, man,
Comedian, who's going to win? You know, 17 minutes, 20 seconds left.
I think I'm putting my money on Team International. I think they're gonna take it. They've been really impressing me, and of course, you know, I can't. I'm, you know, you're the Irish person, right? I'm the Dutchie, so I gotta go for my fellow Nordic teammates. The Netherlands is totally part of the Nordic countries. Yeah.
I've got some Viking blood in me, you know. We were raped and pillaged for many centuries. Thanks, Nords. But on this mid fight, it is once again Team Byte coming out on top. They're just gonna walk through, choke here, not a care in the world, not even gonna check a ball. But long range spam coming in there from Dr. Pill, but somehow his magnetic pills do not connect. But they're gonna Uber out here, big balls play, and Byte is just laughing at this. He's rubbing his hands together with glee as he milks that Uber charge and then unleashes it.
While that's happening, there the midpoint is being captured. So Team UK has to sort of split their attention between the 2 points, and meanwhile, the second point Hawks just cleans up there. They do stop the cap from happening on midpoint, but it does also prevent the cap from happening on the second point. So that was some good play by Team International right there. Looks like they're going to prep for moving onto the midpoint and try and get that cap off. And it seems like they're going to succeed, no problem.
Boomy showing respect to Fanva there as he claims that point. Fanva going to be pushed back here, but they're just being isolated. Hawks looks like he's certain to join Fanva in the spawn queue and will go down, but meanwhile Mike and Kadis have been picked up here at the fight at Big Door. 2 fights going on, but it actually seems to be our international team here coming out on top.
I knew they could do it.
They all just focus Boomy to clean out. That's a complete wipe there. Well played, guys. We need a better team for these than Team International. A better team name for them. We've got to pick a player here. Who is the player that we want to champion? You know, who stands out?
Team F2?
Team F2, like TF2.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
F2 is the man on this team, as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's the most decorated veteran in this roster. It has to be Team F2, right?
Team F2, it is.
Team F2, poised to come through the roller door.
Team F2.
F2 getting briefly denied by the air blast there from MVC, but Kyler turns around and sends him packing. Sentry gun denied immediately as well. Kyler's going to step onto the point. Trying to pistol down Mike. Mike shoots floor but does not get kills. And wow, for the first time in any of the maps so far, the blue team are in the lead. Team F2 have shed at the dead weight of Zebasai and Zappas, and they're coming out on top now. And Cookie. Screw that guy too, Comedian.
Man.
I
thought he was the star of the game, but turns out he was really the dead weight.
I'm fickle, Comedian.
Well, let's look what's going to happen on this new midpoint. Looks like quite aggressive play there, but actually Fanva just gets two-shotted basically. Soldier jumping in on the right-hand flank. But it seems like F2 has actually been cut off, the soldier jumping up on him. F2 just completely left alone. And Dr. Phil also just being sort of left to his own regard. Looks like Team UK was like, oh no, we don't want to lose this game, we want to win it. And get some money made with some shots from MVC. Let's see if they're going to be successful.
I was hoping everyone would forget about that. I see him climbing the scoreboard. I'm starting to get worried, Comedian.
I never forget. I never forget.
I may not be able to eat this month if MVC finds a hot streak here and starts finding some fat meat shots, living up to his name, Meat Shot VC. Come on, man, show me what you're capable of. Boomy gonna jump in against the heavy weapons guy. Very optimistic, bomb forward. Two somehow down to under 50 there. with the follow-up from Mike, but Hawk's going to clean him up with a shotgun. A lot of hit scan on the team right now between the heavy, Hawk's the shotgun, and now Bamba going back to scout. Looks like they want to try and push forward here. They're very wary of the Greg spot, so much so that they've left Hawks behind to cover last. Greg is in their heads, comedian.
He is, and he should be with a good reason. Killer from One was actually behind the Team UK right there, behind Team Byte, and trying to sort of distract him a little bit, but didn't give enough of a clearing for the rest of the team to be able to push out. Boomy is actually preparing for a jump onto the team, but it seems like they've fallen back all the way to last. Cadis dropping in some nades onto the medic, but none of them really connect.
Oh, Dr. Leon catches whiff of a spy. It's Michael Adams playing the espionage man, gonna go back and pick up a med pack, but Leon knows there is a spy on the field. He's just pre-firing this door, but Mike has already made his way in using the cloak and dagger. He is just unashamed of his unlocks. Disgusting.
Boomy does get taken down right there, but again, yeah, Mike is slowly inching his way towards the capture point. Just inch by inch, he's trying to get there. I don't think they're expecting the cloak and dagger, so they're definitely not playing against it. Mike's just standing there, right? He's so close to bumping into people.
Speed! Let's open up. Oh man, he's just.
Oh, he's coming! He's coming!
Oh,
he's coming!
F2 heard it.
Oh,
F2 heard it.
F2,
He knows what's
F2.
up. Ooh.
F2 managed to survive just barely, but whew, that was too close for comfort, in my opinion.
Decent damage from the revolver, the ambassador I think he was working with there, but
I thought
enough.
this was vanilla and medlocks only, man. I can't even.
oh,
I can't even
look
believe.
Look at the scouting lobby. It's Greg. He's not even in a Greg spot. He just walks past them. Now he goes up top rather than going for the back cap because he knows they're all about denying the Greg back cap. He goes and forces F2, then goes down to Hawks. He wanted to, create that uncertainty. F2 is trying to retreat to last, but his square is cut off by stickies. He's going to try and run forward again. It's just Hawks on last, but the respawn has come in for Phil as well. Dr. Phil going to stuff them back here on main. Huge damage coming out from Phil. Hawks is trying to clean up the frag onto Mike, but trades with him. Fimmy's just standing on the point. He's going to get the cap. They're back. They tied it up 3-3 here. 10 minutes. 50 seconds left for NBC to get more than one frag. Let's go, NBC. Whoa, I shouldn't say that. He's top of the scoreboard for the round there.
Let me check the stats there. It seems like you managed to get 3 frags that last round, so that's another 6 pounds down the drain into the pockets of those disabled gamers.
6 quid.
Nice
That's
save,
like
nice save.
half a pint in London, where Hugs is happening. But onto this mid fight, we're going to see Hawks and F2 pushing up the right hand side here, and Hawks claims Mike, then Greg as well. A little bit of an unorthodox strat there as they just sent their medic and pocket up the right hand side and everyone else on the left, it seemed. But somehow it is yielding frags. But Kyler insists on sticking with a pistol there instead of reloading the Scar gun and just can't gun down Boomy in time. F2 gets fragged and the medic situation is actually favouring Byte slightly now.
Yeah, it's going to give him a nice like 10% ubercharge advantage versus F2, but I don't know if that's really capitalize on. I don't know if they can really make a move going on at that. Actually, it took him a long while to find someone to heal, so the Ubers are basically equal. It's going to be interesting to see because we haven't seen many second point defenses. It's kind of been shifting between the first and the mid.
Comedian, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, I'm seeing it.
Not only one medic, but 2 medics are running the crits creek right now.
Oh yeah. I was already like, oh, these charges are going a bit fast, but let's see who's going to be put on. One crit streak coming in. Doesn't seem to be connecting. Dr. Phil has one.
Oh! Did you see that at the bike cam? Walks forward. Here's the charge being popped off, and he just stepped forward at the exact moment the crit sticky landed at his feet. There was no escape there. At that moment, Mike knew he was fucked. Holy shit.
I was looking at the Dr. Phil cam and I saw that sticky coming in and just boom. That satisfying explosion taking down a medic.
Unbelievable. Oh wow. So Team F2, man, they're coming back strong here despite having lost that round to tie the series up. They have come out with a strong response here. There's been gimmicks, we've seen crits, and they've managed to work their way all the way to last year. But Byte now knows for sure that F2 is still on, or like, no, he doesn't know for sure since they both died. So there's still a little bit of uncertainty here, but it's actually Medigun for both medics right now. And we actually see Greg as spy. Is he just checking the mediguns?
I think he's checking the metagons.
Yeah.
But
so they know for sure now.
It's an old strat, and I like it. I like it. Mike trying to sneak by. Kill for fun spots him out. MVC is at the back trying to cap the second capture point. The battle for the last point is going on. If MVC can actually finish this off, this will be a huge point.
That damage from Cadis and Mike, unbelievable. That looked like a slam dunk push there for Team F2 as they went in and picked off Byte almost immediately.
They do have that Uber building. They're almost at 40%, and Byte is only now respawning. So it's going to be a huge Uber advantage pushing into the last point, and if they can get any pickoffs before that, it'll be fantastic. Greg is going onto the sniper, so let's see if he can get some good sniper shots off. Sorry, that's MVC on the sniper and Greg on the pyro.
Working their way into lobby. F2 on 80% now. He's putting out his final buffs. He's G'ing his team up for the push. They're discussing the strat here. 2 soldiers on Riverside. But it's the scouts they're going to lead with. He just pops blind through the shutter door here, but the pyro goes in, dusts them back. Bamba needs to turn around and help with that pyro, but he's going to make a play for the point. They do actually force out the charge there. F2's going to retreat, but I mean, Team F2 don't need to lose any more players here. They can escape. Leon's gone down, but they have enough to hold second.
And looks like they might be able to push out as well.
Oh, no arrow for Phil. Phil goes down. He was 20 health. They needed that arrow to survive. But the backcam setup is all the big play for Hogs.
Oh,
Hogs, the hero.
They had the Greg. They had the Greg, and they forgot to check the Greg spots.
What? I didn't even see it. The Hogs cam. I'm sure John had it on camera.
Oh, it was beautiful. I was looking at it now, and oh my god.
Uh-oh.
What a play there. They got Gregged.
Did you see it, Comedian? What happened?
Yeah, he just came in from low.
Oh my god. Classic. Well played, Hawks. And Team F2 back in the lead here onto mid-fight. Number 8. 5 minutes 50 on the clock. And we're watching as Boomy gets stuck back on the left, but Greg comes in and manages to find the gap in onto Phil. He doesn't realise that F2 is right behind him. F2's trying to connect those arrows. I'm not sure if he's looking for frags or heals right now, but he's keeping his team in the game right now. Greg on the left, coming up the elbow here. MVC's coming in for the distraction, but gets just chunked down. This fat damage coming out from the rockets of Dr. Leon. Byte has horribly overcommitted here. The Byte legacy, it's all on the line right now. I know they won the first 2 maps, but I think it's like, you know,
they only won the first map. They lost the second one.
I forgot about the technicalities. But I mean, it's like, you know, you're playing football, you've got jumpers for goalposts, you're down 30-0, and your mum says it's time to go in for dinner. You say, alright then, next goal wins. That's how it is right now. Next map wins. It's all on the line right now.
It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. MVC coming in for trying to get some meat shots off, but has to flee away as well as Cadis. They just have to run back to the last point. This is a huge Uber advantage for F2, and if they can actually manage to make this a 5-3, it's going to be huge. Oh my god, Greg with the beautiful headshot. Oh my lord, if they can take down Byte down, but no. Actually, this is Team International corrupt, and Team F2 is just being punished right here, and now Byte has a massive advantage. This is incredible. What a shot by Greg. You gotta remember, you know, Greg is not only the sneakiest backstabbing scout there is, and you gotta check those Greg spots, but you also got to check those Greg sidelines for the Greg sniper.
Greg spots and Greg shots, man. The 2 things you have to watch out for. Again, Dr. Leon this time hiding up on the little ledge, drops down, but Byte is already long gone. Dr. Leon is going to get farmed at Choke. But meanwhile, Kyler onto Mike.
And actually, Mike actually gets his Uber popped. He's actually standing here.
It's
all alone. Oh, F2 actually does go down. But I don't think that Byte's going to be able to get away. Oh, he gets away with 13 HP, but his entire team just completely collapses. And I think they're going to try and make a play onto Byte. Byte is hiding. He's got his Uber Saw out. He's down to 10 HP. It doesn't make it. Killer for fun. And Dr. Phil take the kill onto Byte. And I think they're going to back off right now and try to farm that Uber, but meanwhile, Fanfa gets taken down, and they're probably going to lose the second point, actually. F2 getting some crossbow arrows. But it is only 3 minutes on the line. If this is going to continue like this, we're going to need another 47-second round, man.
Yes, man. I want to see Kyler on heavy, Fanva on sniper.
Big push here by Team UK. They don't have an Uber, but they gotta go. Team Byte gets taken down, and the Uber advantage keeps building, but F2 is only at 50%. Soldier comes in from behind. He's gonna try and snipe him down. F2 is surviving just barely, but there is still Cadus. Nope, he gets taken down. Seems like they're gonna be able to hold this this medic at 23 hit points. What a save from the medic right there.
F2 working its way through choke with Fanva. They're going to be able to get plenty of cap time on here. And this is just an increasingly difficult position right now for Team Byte to, you know, execute this comeback. They're currently a round down. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. And their opportunities to get back in this game are fast dwindling.
I'm looking. Seems to be going to be going in with the Uber. The pyro is air blasting everyone away, trying to keep the point clear. But everyone's going to get taken on. It's going to be 5-3. We're going to need 2 of those 47-second rounds. Otherwise, this is not going to happen.
It is possible. It is possible.
It is technically possible. Let's see if it is going to happen.
Here we go, stream. Rolling out onto mid-fight, number 9, that's right, number 9, 5-3 here in favour of Team F2. Byte getting schooled right now. The F2 had his reinforcements arrive. Dr. Phil, super weak on middle, down to 1 health, the literal 1 health. And it's walking all the way around looking for med packs. Meanwhile, his teammates are trying to come in, but they're just being hounded by scouts, soldiers, and all sorts. 3 players down right now. This is the kind of middle that they were looking for. If F2 had died, it would have been all over.
Yeah, actually, Boomy's going in all the way to the end and trying to get some time on the last point. I think they're actually going to be able to get a round out of this. Oh, Cadus gets taken down. He just kind of gets swarmed from all sides. Boomy also gets cut off.
Look at the flank.
Mike, Byte. Oh. Is he going to live? Byte is
Byte pops off in the lobby as well. There's two pieces of action going on here. Byte has popped off. It's just going to run in and force the charge out onto F2, but with that, F2 doesn't drop, pops up the charge. I mean, it's done and dusted now. 35 seconds remaining. 2 rounds the difference. Team F2 going to take the 3rd and final map and take the title of champions of the Hugs.tf Legends Showmatch. I think that's only fair, right, Comedian?
I think it's definitely, it's a winner-takes-all situation. They have deserved this glorious victory with that comeback. What a play, what a play. Oh my god, Cadus takes on 2 of the scouts in 1 bomb. Going into the point, trying to cap it, but gets taken down by Dr. Leon and F2.
This is, you know, this is the Byte legacy, man. You know, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Forever 3rd Byte, or in this case, 2nd. But if there was a 3rd team here, you would have finished 3rd Byte. So, 5-3 going to be the final score here. I see a logs link there. I'm going to have to try and copy and paste that. Valve still haven't fixed the chat 8 years later. I can't copy and paste it without copying like lines and lines. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's been donating. We managed to raise a couple of £100 while we were doing the show match. £15,256 in total has been raised by all of you guys. It's fantastic. We've been raising money for a special effect. It's a charity for disabled gamers, trying to help them make their lives a little bit better. Thank you all for providing a little money for a great cause. And I want to give a huge shout out to all of the players. I mean, coming back for a show match like this, it's just fantastic. It's really fun to see. And it's really been fun to take part of it. I haven't casted in years, and it's probably been absolutely terrible, but you know what? I've had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you too, Admirable, have had a great time. I don't know. It's just been fun.
It's ended on a sour note for me, Comedian, because NPC managed to rack up 20 frags there across 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to... My wallet will be lighter to the tune of £40 sterling. 40 of the Queen's English. That's like about $100, I think. So, well played to Ziggy. Call my bluff and producing the frags. I'm going to donate, and I encourage you all to do the same.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put in a little bit of money. I only saw like 3 great odds use this game, but I think I'm going to put in a little bit more. I think both these teams and all of these players deserve, raising the money for the charity.
It's been a blast from the past to cast with you, comedian. I didn't even know who was casting or whatever, but when I saw on Twitter the flyer and I saw comedian's name, I thought to myself, yes, yes, this was destiny. It was meant to be. We've been reunited, comedian. Back from the earliest days of Vanilla TV, ETFTL Radio, all these former casting ventures. What's next on the agenda then? What's coming up? Why should the viewers stay? What's next on the schedule, comedian? That's what I'm asking you.
I believe the schedule says that we're going to be going to rounding off and sort of ending the stream sometime soon. In about 6 minutes, that's going to be the closing statements of the stream. I think so. I can't really say anything that's going to happen. I'm not part of the organization. I was just asked to cast this match, but
no, comedian. I'm asking you to dictate the direction of this broadcast.
All right, okay.
Right.
What is going to happen? What is going to happen is I'm gonna get pledge on air. That's what's going to happen.
Get the pledge in. All right, I think we have to wrap up this segment. I just want to shout out Hawks.
No, I'm getting pledge on. Fucking, I'm dictating it now. I'm in charge now.
I'm getting messages by John. Black Eyed John is telling me that we need to wrap up, please. Going to do interviews here. So, we're being politely showing the door. We're doing our acceptance speech for the Oscars, and they've started playing the music, comedian. We have to go.
Oh, come on. Gotta give them pledge a little bit of a shout out here. Come on.
Big shout out to the pledge. My respect. Hawks, 31 frags. He's still got it, man. Sign this kid up for season 20, whatever we're at now. But thanks for having us on, Hugs.tf. Me and comedian have had a blast, and it's been great to see that a lot of these legends of the game still have what it takes to entertain and wow you. And I think if we've learned anything here today, comedian, it's that Greg is probably the greatest TF2 player of all time.
Greg, the biggest legacy. He's got all the spots named after him.
Stay with the stream though, guys. There's more coming up. But that's it from us. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you to Admirable and Comedian, and that was an incredible little cast. I mean, little cast of giant proportions. And on the sofa, 2 fairly unknowns in the world of TF2. I have a Cadus and a Michael or Mike. Whichever you prefer.
Mikey,
Mikey, yeah, we'll go with that. So, Kato, you helped stitch this thing together.
Yeah.
And most on your own, yeah. And you and Gubbins and Fribs, and you managed to stitch this thing together. And throughout all the trials and tribulations, and most of all, was that worth it? Was that 3-set, three match set? Was it at least fun?
Yeah, it was fun to play. Like, I didn't really want to play because I wanted to get just all of the proper because I played like a year ago. It wasn't quite the same, but we couldn't quite get there was no demos who wanted to play or could play. Like, a streamer dropped out last minute and we couldn't get Rib. And after that, there was really few demos, so I ended up having to play. But it was.
You'd rather have watched.
I would rather have watched, but it was fun to play. It was like playing TF2 4 years ago, before it got ruined by me.
And we managed to pull Mikey straight into the stream, relatively short notice. But not only are you in the game, you're here,
yeah.
which is absolutely incredible. We just arrived as the first match was setting up. How was that experience, dragging you back in?
Well, I woke up this morning and the scrims were cancelled with FaZe. So I was like, all right, I'll drive to London. Got stuck in traffic, so it took about 4 hours.
Oh.
And then we had a quick walk. Had to find a parking lot, and then just as soon as I got in, just sat down and started playing. So I'm a bit tired, but it was fun. Yeah.
You have redefined the word legend used in that show match. You've completely shown me the light of what that word actually means. When it comes down to gameplay, everyone still got it, or? Oh
hell yeah, NVC is the best.
Yeah.
TCM #1. I love Bite.
Yeah. MVP for any of it? I mean,
Greg.
he'd be very.
Greg
He
was
played
a king.
the best series of his life when it doesn't even matter anymore. So
It might be worth you checking out the cast for that one because some of the Greg Spot calls were.
Did you see Greg when he hid behind the barrel, and everyone ignored him, but then he missed like 3 shots on the medic?
It was a pretty pinnacle Greg
That
Spot.
was like the vintage Greg moment.
Vintage Greg moment. I think of the calls that we've even had on our side, which is just like, look at that Greg Spot, look at that Greg Spot, and I'm like, yeah, the spy, the speedy spy. It was pretty high quality. I really enjoyed that, and also I as a slightly newer player, I definitely met a lot of personalities that I wouldn't necessarily have clashed with.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was really interesting on my behalf. Would it be something that you'd be interested in doing, in the far future with slightly better organisation?
Well, I would try again. I think I pissed off half the players today because we didn't have a clue what was going on. Because obviously, because Zebo and Zappis in particular, they had Overwatch to play. Like they were on basically their break. They scrimmed before this game. They scrimmed after they went. So we just slotted them in the hour where they were available because we really wanted Zebo in particular.
Yeah.
That made it a little bit messy, but I think it was worth it in the end. But I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think the Scandi team got a little bit upset because there was some discussion about whether we were going to use vanilla.
Yeah.
But then we never really reached a consensus. And then I think it turned they were, but Mike had a skate plan or something. Bibbin was meant to stay for the next map, but then he just didn't get the memo. So he left. We had to get Phil in.
Yeah.
It was a clusterfuck, but I think it was worth it. If they would play again, I would ask them. I would organise it again in 2 years' time. But
yeah, well, it could even be an event of its own.
Yeah.
Weight.
It was worth it. It was just
yeah.
Tribulations.
yeah, I jokingly said, "Oh, let's go vanilla" because of how old everyone is on the server. But then I didn't go vanilla, but everyone else did. So I was like, "Oh shit, what have I done?"
And also, I noticed the shirt on the sitting down. That kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, Alex just produced us out of nowhere. But TCM #1. Let's go. We love you. Bye.